Hey guys, I just wanted to do a video real quick. It's actually pretty deep. Won't take too long, but you might be happy with what you learn. I know I am. From as a Leo, or the scaredy cat of the signs, security is something I've sought for my whole life, and this is the best way I've ever found it, and feeling like I am in God's hands always. A character in a story He's written. I want to talk about coincidence, or what I believe is the lack thereof. Like, coincidence has never existed, never once. It's providence, and that's how God stays in control without touching our free will, and it's amazing. I'll start off with a little story. 2 Christmases ago, the last Christmas I celebrated before realizing that Christ has nothing to do with Christmas and it was all pagan, but that's another whole different topic. I'd been praying for wisdom and understanding, and through it all, I realized that there is no such thing as coincidence. It's all providence. And so, excited, I called my mom. I was like, "Mom, I don't think there's ever been a thing called coincidence. Like, it's amazing. It's providence." And my mom was like, "No, Tony, no. There's coincidence. We just disagree." And so I got off the phone with her, and I was like sort of deflated. Like, how can she not see this? And so I started praying, like, God, you know her. She's a little Italian lady who's stubborn. She doesn't listen to other adults. I know she ain't gonna listen to her son. And I go, you have to show her yourself. You have to show her yourself. There's no coincidence. I can't. 2 days later, we're at Christmas, and it is the habit of our Christmas that we take turns giving gifts, and whatever gift you give the person, you give it to them, like that. You hand it to them yourself. Well, not coincidentally, this year, my sister handed my present from her to my mom to give to me, and it was an envelope, and my mom hands it to me and goes, "Remember, Tony, there's no coincidence." And that moment felt really strange, like really strange. So I kind of ignored it, and I ended up scratching the lottery tickets, and that was in the envelope, and I won $550, which was exactly the money I needed for my son's case in court, like for custody. I needed $250 for child support and $300 for my lawyer. And so I immediately start crying, like happy tears, like this is amazing. Telling my mom, like, I was just praying that God showed you yourself and you said it out of your own mouth. Of course, no avail. Still coincidence, Tony. I mean, it's just chance. And through that, I started to pay attention to all the details and synchronicities of this life. And it's a challenge more. This video is more of a challenge for everyone. I challenge you to look around this world as you move about your day and see how many things just so happen to be. And through all of these things that just so happen to be, you'll start to realize this is not just so happening, any of it. We are literally in the hands of God. You start to see in the synchronicities God's hands in everything around you, holding you, cradling you, and letting you know you're loved. So that's really it. I just want to say there's no such thing as coincidence. This never happened. When you meet that person at the store, when you cross paths with somebody, when anything happens, there's no coincidence. We're all characters in a book written by God, a story called His Story, or History, and in that book, the plot is carried out by the free will of all the characters, and it's the details around the characters that push the plot along with their free will. And that's my favorite way to see the power of God, is to realize that He controls everything but doesn't touch my free will. And I just think that's pretty amazing. And so I challenge everybody, just start to pay attention to the world around you. Start to notice the details. Start to see, what are the probabilities of this happening? And I think you'll start to feel a sense of comfort and peace that is unprecedented before this. Peace that passes understanding, I think is what it's called. Anyway, like I said, I promise it's a short video. It's only like 5 minutes, but that's all. It's pretty important, and God bless you guys. I love you guys. Just pay attention to the world we live in. Pay attention to the details. They try to tell us the devil's in the details, but that's a lie. God is in the details. And when you start to notice the details, you'll find that you're in the hands of God. God bless you guys. Love you guys. Carry on His word.